Executives are cowards. That is my reaction. Executives are cowards. It is one thing to fire a man. If you work long enough, you will get fired regardless of your profession. But to fire a man that helped bring a show its very first Emmy Award in the midst of that show is cowardly. On NFL Live. NFL Live, a show that's for the last 2 years won back-to-back Emmy Awards for best daily sports show. Y'all know how many daily sports shows there are in the world? Many of which you watch, and even more that you don't watch. And they have objectively been voted on 2 years straight for having the best one. And you're going to fire an anchor of that show? Not just an anchor of that show. Y'all just now about to have a Super Bowl. That's why you got Troy Aikman. That's why you came out here from Fox and you got our talent. And Ryan Clark is on that Monday night show. Fire that man. So to me, it is cowardly to fire a man in the midst of him working for a show that he has built up to Emmy level and Emmy quality.
Hey man, this young's stupid. I don't want to work. I'm done.
Okay,
why am I here in the studio?
Okay, so we need to talk about this Ryan Clark situation because it's been one of the biggest stories making the rounds. According to reports circulating online, ESPN let Ryan Clark go following a controversial on-air moment. As most of you already know, Ryan Clark has been one of the network's most recognizable NFL analysts for years, regularly appearing on ESPN's football coverage and offering his perspective as a former NFL player. But during one of those live discussions, things reportedly took an unexpected turn. The exchange became tense after Ryan Clark made comments that appeared to highlight the fact that another analyst had never played professional football. From the outside looking in, it seemed like Ryan was leaning on his football resume to make his point, and the other analyst clearly didn't take it well. You could immediately tell the conversation had become uncomfortable because the analyst responded in real time, basically asking, "Why would you even say that to me?" right there on live television. Ryan Clark then pushed back, arguing that he hadn't even been allowed to finish his point before being interrupted. He tried to regain control of the conversation and continued explaining why he felt his playing experience gave him a different perspective on the topic they were debating. The discussion eventually moved on, but viewers quickly noticed something unusual. Not long after that exchange, Ryan Clark was no longer on the live broadcast, and fans immediately started asking questions online about what had happened. Once the show ended, reports began circulating claiming that ESPN had officially parted ways with Ryan Clark. If those reports are accurate, many people believe the on-air exchange may have played a role in what happened next, while others think the decision could have been based on a combination of previous controversies and not just this one moment alone. Either way, the story quickly took over social media and sparked a huge debate among sports fans. So let's take a look at the clip of Ryan Clark's exchange with the ESPN analyst, the moment many people believe ultimately led to his departure, and then we'll break down everything that happened afterward. And before we get into it, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. It really helps support the channel, and I genuinely appreciate everyone who takes a second to do that. Thank you.
You're feeling, okay, you look at A.J. Brown, which is this #1 wide receiver who got one target all night, and then you got CeeDee Lamb.
But that's the when was the one target?
That's the target,
But
though.
I'm saying, when was the one target?
I'm saying you could have it both ways.
54 seconds left in the game on 2nd and 11. It was the one target. He runs the out route.
You wake up this morning saying A.J. Brown had a better day than CeeDee Lamb?
But you know what you wake up saying, though? A.J. Brown's team is 1-0.
Of course.
Right, like that's what
I get it.
But the thing is this, though, and we shouldn't do this on TV, and so I apologize if people think this is rude. That's the non-player.
Oh, stop! CeeDee Lamb is.
Let me tell you why. I'm not saying.
I'm not looking at fantasy football, Ryan. I'm not. Don't belittle me like that. I could come in and say, as 3 ex-players are saying one thing, and give an alternative perspective that maybe CeeDee Lamb did play well. And
Peter, what I need for you to do is not get mad and let me finish for one.
Okay, go on.
It wasn't about you. It was going to be about me.
Okay.
As a player, I can't speak for CeeDee Lamb. I'm speaking for me.
Talk about this Ryan Clark firing. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Number one, objectively, he's a good analyst. Why? He's brought NFL Live to Emmy Awards, of which they had never won before, and they likely will not win after. So I understand that fans, more than anything, we value y'all's opinions. We make the shows for y'all. But regardless of whether you think he's great or you think he's terrible, objectively speaking, he got the accolades to prove his greatness. With that being said, firing a man during his show that he's helped bring an Emmy Award is wild. I got a story for y'all. I'm gonna hold that for the next 10 seconds. Wild. Why did they say they did it? Because they didn't want him to find out on social media. So you fire him during a show and pull him during the last 10 minutes of the segment? I digress. Story time. Last year when I got fired, if you work long enough at a job, you're gonna get fired. Last year when I got fired, they had us find out on social media. We found out on social media. More often than not, executives are cowards. Former athletes, we're used to tough information. Just tell it to us. We done been cut before, broken bones before, had surgeries before. Ryan Clark notably couldn't play a game in like Denver, Colorado because he had a disease, I think an autoimmune something. Like, bruh, we're used to tough things. Just tell us. With that being said, note for anybody that wants to get into sports television, start to create your own show so you can't be fired. Incubate yourself from being fired from an executive. Because here's the most fascinating dichotomy of everything. Once you get good, you will become so good that you become too expensive to afford. And networks can only afford so many great talent. McAfee, Stephen A. Smith, to some degree Greenberg, they're getting the big money for doing daily shows on ESPN. I'm not talking about the Sunday shows. Those game day shows, anything tethered around live events, way too much money. Everybody got money on those shows. But daily shows, if you get so good, there comes a point they can't afford you. That's the dichotomy.
What do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you believe Ryan Clark should have been fired over that on-air exchange? I've seen a lot of different opinions floating around. Some people have pointed to other clips over the years and argued that Ryan Clark wasn't a good analyst, while others believe this specific incident is what pushed everything over the edge. If the reports are accurate, many of them claim that the confrontation with the other analyst played a major role in ESPN's decision. I'll put those reports up on the screen so you can see exactly what's being said. Now, whether that's the full story or not, none of us know everything that happened behind the scenes. Some people have even speculated that the analyst Ryan Clark confronted may have had more influence within the company than Ryan realized. Others think a complaint may have been made once the show went to commercial, eventually leading to the outcome that followed. Of course, that's all speculation unless ESPN or the people involved publicly confirm those details. What we do know is that after everything unfolded, Ryan Clark was no longer part of ESPN's lineup, and a lot of fans were surprised by how quickly everything appeared to happen. If the reports are accurate, it's definitely an unusual way for a longtime analyst's tenure to come to an end. But that's where I'll leave it to you. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Ryan Clark deserved to be fired, or do you think the punishment didn't fit the situation? Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care and peace.